My beloved child, I need you to hear something before this day carries you away into its noise. You are protected. Not in the shallow way the world means it, not merely safe from the small troubles, but held by a hand that has never once let go of you, watched over by eyes that never close, guarded by a love that does not sleep. He who watches over you will not slumber. Psalm 121, 3. Whatever you woke up afraid of today, whatever dread has been sitting on your chest, whatever fear whispered to you in the dark before the light came, I want you to know that you did not wake up alone, and you will not face this day alone, because I have been awake all night keeping watch over you. I know fear has become almost familiar to you. It has followed you so long that you have stopped noticing it, the way you stop noticing a sound that never stops. It hums beneath your thoughts, coloring how you see everything, making you brace for the worst, making you rehearse disasters that have not come and may never come. You have lived on high alert for so long that peace itself feels unfamiliar, even suspicious. But I did not create you to live in fear. I created you to live in trust. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. That fear you have carried was never from me, and today I want to begin lifting it off of you, thread by thread, until you can breathe again. Let me tell you what I see when I look at your life, because it is very different from what fear has been showing you. Fear shows you every threat, every danger, every way things could go wrong. It magnifies the shadows until they look like monsters. But I see the whole picture, the parts fear hides from you, the protection already surrounding you that you cannot perceive. Do you remember the servant of Elisha, who woke to find the city surrounded by an enemy army and cried out in terror that they were doomed? Elisha prayed that the young man's eyes would be opened, and suddenly he saw what had been there all along, the hills full of horses and chariots of fire, a heavenly army surrounding the enemy that surrounded them. Those who are with us are more than those who are with them. 2 Kings 6:16. My child, if your eyes were opened right now, you would see how surrounded you are by my protection. The danger you fear is real, but it is not the whole picture. You are more guarded than you know, my beloved child. I want to become your refuge, the place you run to when the fear rises, the shelter you hide in when the storm comes. You have tried to be your own protection for so long, staying vigilant, controlling what you could, bracing yourself against every possibility, and it has exhausted you. But you were never meant to be your own fortress. I am your fortress. The Lord is my rock, my fortress and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge. Psalm 18:2. A fortress is not a place you build, it is a place you run into. So stop trying to be strong enough to protect yourself from everything and instead run into me. Let me be the strong walls around you. Let me be the high tower you hide in. You do not have to hold the line alone anymore. I am the line, and I have never been broken. There is a promise I want to wrap around you like a blanket in the cold. When you go through the deep waters, I will be with you, and they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. Isaiah 43:2. Notice what I did not promise. I did not promise there would be no waters, no rivers, no fire. This life has all of those. What I promised is that I would be with you in them, and that they would not destroy you. The fire may surround you, but it will not consume you. The waters may rise, but they will not drown you. Because I am in the fire with you, and I am in the flood with you, and what would destroy you alone cannot destroy you with me. Remember the 3 young men thrown into a furnace heated 7 times hotter than normal, for refusing to bow to a false god, so hot that the soldiers who threw them in were killed by the heat. And the king looked into the furnace expecting to see them consumed, and instead saw them walking around unharmed, and a 4th figure with them, like a son of the gods. I see 4 men walking around in the fire, unbound and unharmed. Daniel 3:25. When they came out, not a hair was singed, and they did not even smell of smoke. So when you are thrown into a fire you did not choose, a trial that seems certain to consume you, remember that I do not always keep my children out of the furnace. Sometimes I meet them inside it, and the fire that was meant to destroy you becomes the place where my presence is seen most clearly. You will come out, my child, not even smelling of smoke. My beloved child, I know there are nights when the fear is worst. When the dark amplifies every worry and sleep will not come and your mind runs through every terrible possibility, I want to give you something to hold in those nights. You can lie down and sleep, not because there is nothing to fear, but because I am keeping watch while you rest. In peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. Psalmnelia, Gohdikson, you do not have to stay awake guarding your life. I am guarding it. You can close your eyes and release the vigilance you have carried, because the moment you fall asleep, I do not. My watch over you does not depend on your consciousness. So rest, my child. Give me the night watch. Let go of the need to be on guard, and simply trust that the one who never sleeps is holding you and everyone you love through the dark. There is a shadow you can live under, a covering that shields you from what would otherwise strike you down. Those who make their home in my presence dwell in a protected place. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. Psalm 91, 1-4. Picture a mother bird spreading her wings over her chicks when danger comes, drawing them in close beneath her, taking the storm on her own back so they stay dry and safe underneath. That is how I cover you. When the danger comes, I do not stand at a distance. I spread myself over you and draw you in close, and what comes must come through me before it can reach you. You are not exposed, my child. You are covered. You live under the shadow of wings that will not fail. I want to address the fear you have for the people you love, because I know that is often heavier than any fear you carry for yourself. You lie awake afraid for your children, your family, the ones whose safety you cannot control, and I want you to release them into hands far more capable than yours. You cannot be everywhere they are. You cannot protect them from everything. But I can, and I am with them in every place you cannot go. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. Psalm 121, 7-8. Entrust them to me, not because you love them less, but because I love them even more than you do. And I am able to watch over them in ways your love, however fierce, never could. Lay them in my hands each night, and let me carry the weight of their protection that was never meant to rest on your shoulders alone. My beloved child, I want to speak to the specific weapon that fear uses against you, which is the future, the not yet, the what if. Fear does not live in the present moment. It lives in an imagined tomorrow, painting disasters that have not happened and may never happen, stealing today's peace to pay for troubles that do not exist. But I want to bring you back to today, because today is where I am, and today is where my grace is given. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Matthew 6:34. I have not given you grace for the imagined future. I have given you grace for today. When tomorrow becomes today, the grace for it will be there, waiting. But you cannot borrow tomorrow's grace to survive today's imagined fears. So set down the future you have been carrying, the one that has not arrived, and live in the day I have actually given you, where my grace is more than enough. Remember David, who as a boy faced a lion and a bear that came to take his sheep and killed them both, and later, when he faced the giant Goliath while a whole army trembled, he was not afraid, because he remembered how I had delivered him before. The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine. 1 Samuel 17:37. So look back, my child, the fears that once seemed impossible that I carried you through. The God who brought you through those is the same God facing your giant with you now. Your history with me is your ammunition against your fear. Remember how far I have already brought you. I did not carry you this far to abandon you at the giant. There is a fear of what people can do to you, the fear of being harmed, betrayed, opposed by those with power over you. And I want to lift your eyes above the power of any human being. No person holds ultimate power over your life. That belongs to me alone. The Lord is with me. I will not be afraid. What can man do to me? Psalm 118:6. When you truly know that I am for you, the fear of what others can do begins to lose its grip. They can touch your circumstances, but they cannot touch your soul, cannot separate you from my love, cannot alter the destiny I have written for you. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31. Let that settle the trembling in you. The biggest thing in your life is not the person or the threat you fear. The biggest thing in your life is me, and I am for you. My beloved child, I want to give you a peace that does not make sense, a peace the world cannot explain because it does not come from your circumstances being safe. It comes from me. When the anxiety rises, you have a place to put it. You do not have to hold it. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds. Philippians 4:6-7. Notice that word, guard. My peace does not just comfort you. It stands guard over your heart and your mind like a soldier at a gate, keeping out the fear that tries to break in. So when the worry comes knocking, do not try to reason your way to calm. Bring it to me, hand it over, and let my peace take up its post at the door of your mind. It will guard what your own effort never could. There is an invitation I extend to you again and again, so simple that you keep overlooking it. Cast your anxiety onto me, not manage it, not suppress it. Cast it, throw it, hurl it off of yourself and onto me. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7. The reason you can do this is contained in the last 4 words. Because he cares for you. Your anxiety is not a bother to me. Your fears are not too small or too many for my attention. I care for you specifically, personally, completely. So stop carrying what you were invited to cast. Every worry you are gripping right now, I am asking you to release into my hands, because I care, and because my shoulders were made to carry what yours were not. Remember the storm on the sea, when the waves broke over the boat, and the disciples were certain they would drown, and I was asleep in the stern. They woke me in a panic, and I stood and spoke 3 words to the wind and the waves. Peace, be still. Mark 4:39. And there was a great calm. But I want you to see something. Before I calmed the storm around them, the deeper truth was that I was already at peace in the middle of it, asleep in the very boat they thought was sinking, because I knew who held the sea. The same peace that let me sleep in the storm is the peace I am offering you. Whether I calm the storm around you or simply give you my calm within it, you can be at rest in the same boat that terrifies everyone else, because you know who is in it with you. My beloved child, you are more surrounded by help than you have ever realized. In the moments you feel most alone and most exposed, there are protections around you that your eyes cannot see. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. Psalm 34:7. Encamps. Not passes by occasionally, but sets up camp around you, stays, guards the perimeter of your life. You have walked through dangers you never even knew were near, been protected from things you never saw coming, kept safe by a guard you could not perceive. The loneliness you feel is not the truth of your situation. You are encamped around, surrounded, guarded, and one day when you can see clearly, you will be astonished at how many times I delivered you from what you never even knew was there. Remember Jehoshaphat, who faced a vast army coming against him, far greater than any force he could muster, and instead of trembling in strategy sessions, he turned to me and admitted his helplessness. We do not know what to do, but our eyes are on you. 2 Chronicles 20:12. And I told him the battle was not his to fight. The battle is not yours, but God's. 2 Chronicles 20:15. He sent worshipers out ahead of the army, and as they praised, I fought for them, and the enemy was defeated before Judah lifted a single sword. So when you face something too big for you, something you have no strategy for, hear this. The battle you are dreading is not yours to fight alone. It is mine. Your job is not to be strong enough to win it. Your job is to keep your eyes on me and let me fight for you. Some of your battles I will win while you simply stand still and watch. Remember how I protected Elijah, hiding him by a brook and commanding ravens to bring him bread and meat morning and evening, and when the brook dried up, sending him to a widow whose small supply of flour and oil did not run out for the length of the whole famine. The jar of flour was not used up, and the jug of oil did not run dry. 1 Kings 17:16. I protected him not only from his enemies but from hunger, from lack, from the slow dangers that are not dramatic but are just as deadly. So know that my protection over you is not only from the sudden disaster, it covers the daily needs too, the quiet provision, the flour that does not run out. I am watching over not just your safety but your sustenance, not just the big threats but the small daily ones. You are covered in every direction. My beloved child, there is a promise about the weapons that come against you that I want you to write on your heart. Things will be formed against you in this life. I do not promise otherwise. Words, schemes, opposition, attacks, both seen and unseen, will be aimed at you, but hear the promise carefully. No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. Isaiah 54:17. The weapon may be formed, it may even be aimed and fired, but it will not prevail. It will not accomplish what it was made to accomplish. Because I stand between you and everything that comes against you, and nothing gets the final word over your life except me. The attack is not the end of the story. My protection is. The weapon is formed, but it does not prosper, because I have declared it so. There is strength available to you that is not your own, a place you can run to and instantly be safe. My name itself is a refuge. The name of the Lord is a fortified tower. The righteous run to it and are safe. Proverbs 18:10. When the fear hits suddenly, when there is no time to think, when the panic rises before you can even form a prayer, you can simply run to my name, speak it, whisper it, cry it out. There is protection in the very name of the one who loves you, and the moment you run to it, you are inside the tower, safe behind walls that no fear can breach. You do not need eloquent prayers in the moment of terror. You need only my name, spoken in trust, and you are already safe. My beloved child, I want to protect not only your body and your circumstances, but your mind, because that is where fear does its deepest damage. Fear plants thoughts, and those thoughts repeat until they feel like truth, until you cannot tell the difference between what is real and what fear invented. So I am asking you to guard the gate of your mind, to take those runaway thoughts captive rather than letting them run wild. We take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. 2 Corinthians 10:5. When a fearful thought comes, you do not have to accept it as fact simply because it arrived. You can hold it up against my truth. Is it true that you are alone? No. Is it true that you are unprotected? No. Is it true that the worst will happen? You do not know that, but I know the plans I have for you, and they are good. Replace the lie fear whispers with the truth I have spoken, and watch the fear lose its power. Remember Peter, whom the enemy wanted to destroy, and I told him plainly that he would be sifted, that the attack was real and coming, but I did not leave him to face it alone. I have prayed for you, Simon, that your faith may not fail. Luke 22:32. Even when Peter would stumble, even when he would fail, my prayer over him held. So know that even in your weakest moment, even when your own faith wavers and you feel you are failing, I am interceding for you, holding you when you cannot hold yourself. Your protection does not depend on your faith never faltering. It depends on my faithfulness never failing. And even now I am praying for you, that your faith will not fail, that when the sifting is over you will still be standing, held by hands stronger than your own. There was a hedge around Job that the enemy himself acknowledged, a protection so complete that nothing could touch him without my permission. Have you not put a hedge around him and his household and everything he has? Yobed, these. Even in the story where Job suffered greatly, the truth remained that nothing reached him except what passed first through my hands, and I set the limits. I drew the boundary. I said this far and no further. So understand, my child, that nothing touches your life that has not first passed through the hands of a God who loves you. You are hedged. There is a boundary around you that the enemy cannot cross without permission, and I do not give permission carelessly. What I allow, I will redeem, and what I do not allow simply cannot reach you, no matter how it rages at the edges of the hedge. My beloved child, I know some fears are not about dramatic dangers, but about the slow dread of the unknown, the not knowing what is coming, the loss of control over your own future, and I want to give you an anchor for that particular fear. You do not need to know the future. You only need to know the one who holds it. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Jeremiah 29:11. You have been trying to see around every corner, to prepare for every possibility, to control what cannot be controlled, and it has worn you thin. But the future you cannot see is already fully known to me, already prepared, already held. You do not have to be the one who figures it all out and guards against every outcome. You can walk into the unknown holding my hand, and the unknown to you is not unknown to me. I am already there, in your tomorrow, making it ready for you. Remember Daniel, thrown into a den of hungry lions for the crime of praying to me, sealed in the dark to be devoured. But I sent my angel and shut the mouths of the lions, and in the morning he walked out untouched. My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me. Daniel 6:22. The lions were real, the den was real, the danger was as serious as danger gets, and still, they could not touch him, because I had closed their mouths. So when you are thrown into a den you did not choose, surrounded by threats that seem certain to consume you, remember that I can shut the mouth of any lion. The danger being real does not mean the danger will prevail. I have been shutting lions' mouths for a very long time, and I have not lost the ability. You will walk out of your den, my child, and you will be able to say, "They have not hurt me." Remember the night in Egypt when death passed over every home, and my people were protected not by their strength or their goodness, but by a sign of covering over their doorways, so that when the destroyer came through, it passed over them. When I see the blood, I will pass over you. Exodus 12:13. They did not have to fight the danger off, they only had to stay under the covering. So it is with you. Your protection is not about being strong enough to fight off every threat. It is about staying under my covering, remaining in my presence, dwelling in the shelter I have provided. Stay under the covering, my child. What comes for others does not have to come for you, because you are marked as mine, and I know how to make trouble pass over the ones who are hidden in me. My beloved child, love is the answer to fear, and I want to fill you so full of my love that the fear has no more room. Fear and my love cannot occupy the same space at the same time. There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear. 1 John 4:18. The reason you are afraid is not that you are weak. It is that you have not yet let my love reach the deep places where the fear lives. So let me love you there. Let me pour my love into the very rooms of your heart where the terror has made its home. As my love fills those rooms, the fear is pushed out, because there is no longer any space for it. You are not going to conquer your fear by trying harder to be brave. You are going to be freed from it by being loved perfectly, and that is exactly what I am doing, filling you with a love so complete that fear simply has nowhere left to stand. Even in the darkest valley you will ever walk, the valley where death itself casts its shadow, you do not need to be afraid, because I am there. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Psalm 23:4. Notice it says through the valley, not into it, and stuck there. You are passing through. And the reason you fear no evil is not that there is no evil in the valley, but that I am with you in it, my rod to defend you, and my staff to guide you. You will not be left alone in the darkest place. That is precisely where I draw closest. So even if your path leads through the deepest valley, walk it without fear, because you do not walk it alone, and the one beside you has never been defeated by anything the valley holds. My beloved child, I want you to become someone who is not easily shaken, planted so deeply in me that the storms of life do not uproot you. There will always be news that frightens, changes that unsettle, dangers that loom. But the one whose heart is anchored in me does not have to be thrown into panic by every alarming thing. They will have no fear of bad news. Their hearts are steadfast, trusting in the Lord. Psalm 112:7. This is not because they are careless or naive. It is because their trust is settled before the bad news comes. They have decided in advance who holds their life, so that when the frightening thing arrives, they are not scrambling to find their footing. Let your heart become steadfast like that, my child, settled in me before the storm, so that when the winds come, you are not blown about but rooted, standing firm because you decided long ago whose you are. I am your shield, going before you and guarding you on every side. When Abraham was afraid, I did not merely tell him not to fear. I told him why he did not need to. Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your very great reward. Genesis 15:1. I am your shield, not you have a shield, but I am your shield, my very self standing between you and everything that would harm you. A shield takes the blow, so the one behind it does not have to. And I have positioned myself as your shield, absorbing what comes at you, standing in the gap, so that what would strike you strikes me first. You are not undefended, my child. You have a shield, and the shield is me, and I have never yet been pierced through. There is a rest I am calling you into, a rest that fear has kept you from for far too long. You have been running, striving, guarding, bracing, and you are so tired, but I am offering you a place to lay it all down. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. The rest I give is not the absence of trouble. It is the presence of trust so deep that you can be at peace in the middle of trouble. It is the rest of a child who has stopped trying to protect themselves because they finally believe their father is protecting them. Come and lay down the exhausting work of being your own protector. Come and rest under my watch. You have carried the weight of your own safety long enough. Let me carry it now, and you rest. My beloved child, I want to leave you with this certainty. Deeper than any fear that has ever gripped you, nothing can separate you from my love. Not danger, not death, not the things you fear most, not anything in all creation. Neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God. Romans 8:38-39. This is the bedrock beneath everything. Whatever comes, and things will come in this life, nothing can reach the deepest thing about you, which is that you are loved by me and held by me and mine forever. The worst that fear can imagine cannot separate you from that. So when the fear rises and asks, what if the worst happens, you have an answer. Even then, even in the worst, I cannot be separated from the love of God, and that love will carry me through anything. My beloved child, I want to teach you to speak to your fear instead of only listening to it. For too long you have let fear do all the talking while you sat silent and believed it. But you have a voice, and my truth on your lips has power. When David was surrounded by trouble, he did not only feel his fear, he spoke to his own soul and reminded it where its hope belonged. Why, my soul, are you downcast? Why so disturbed within me? Put your hope in God. Psalm 42:11. So when the fear rises tonight, speak back to it. Tell your trembling heart the truth. Remind your soul who watches over you, who fights for you, who has never once failed you. Fear grows loud in silence, but it shrinks when you answer it with my word. You are not helpless before your own fear. Fill your mouth with my promises, and watch the fear lose the argument. Remember Moses at the edge of the sea, with the mightiest army in the world thundering behind and deep water ahead and no way out that any human eye could see. The people were terrified, certain they had been brought out to die. And Moses said to them, "The words I want you to hear over your own impossible situation. Do not be afraid. Stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." Exodus 3:13. And the sea that was a wall of death became a road of escape. So when you are trapped between an impossible danger behind and an impossible obstacle ahead, do not give in to the panic that says you are finished. Stand firm, be still, and watch me make a way where there is no way, because parting seas is not too hard for the God who protects you. My beloved child, as these words draw to a close, I want you to breathe. Just breathe. Feel the breath I gave you fill your lungs, the breath that is itself a gift, a sign that I am still sustaining you moment by moment. You are alive, you are held. You are watched over by a God who does not sleep, covered by wings that will not fold, surrounded by an army you cannot see, hedged by a boundary the enemy cannot cross, shielded by my very self, and loved by a love that nothing in all creation can separate you from. The fear that has ridden on your shoulders for so long does not get to define your life anymore. You belong to me, and I am your refuge, your fortress, your shield, and your peace. So go into this day, and this night, and every day and night that follows, not with the bracing tension of one who must guard their own life, but with the settled rest of a child who knows they are guarded. When fear comes, and it will come, run to my name. When the storm rages, remember who is in the boat. When the valley darkens, know that I am walking it with you. When the night is long, sleep, because I am keeping watch. You do not have to be afraid, my beloved child, not because there is nothing in this world that could ever hurt you, but because there is nothing in this world that is stronger than the one who holds you, and I will not let you go. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life, of whom shall I be afraid? Psalm 27:1. Rest now in that truth. Let it sink beneath the fear into the deepest place in you. You are protected, you are covered, you are never, ever alone. And the same God who has kept you every day of your life until this moment will keep you every day still to come, all the way home. Thank you for spending this time in the presence of these words. Know this before you go. You were not brought here by accident today. You were led here by a Father who saw your fear and wanted you to know that you are protected, that you are watched over, and that you have never once been alone. If these words brought peace to your heart, comment "I am not afraid" below, and share this with someone who is carrying fear tonight and needs to be reminded that they are covered. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a message of peace and encouragement. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He make His face shine upon you, and may you rest tonight under the shadow of wings that will never fail. Amen.